Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Hey, Gary, what the crop? Julie's crafting. Jennifer, good to see you. Rowdy, Kraken. How's everybody doing today? We have another rainy, cold morning here, but you know, just getting off a 4 day break. So it was hard to get back in the swing of things this morning, but we managed. Good morning, Scorpio and Breezy. So I got some feedback, and the feedback was they didn't like my hellos. um, just to explain again, I appreciate people that take the time to come into my stream. So I will spend a few minutes saying hello to everybody. I don't have an intro. I'm not, making you wait as I'm late. I'm going to say hello. Another feedback I received was the sound of the mouse. So I am going to work on that. Unfortunately, this is really my son's computer is a gaming computer. He likes all the clickety noises. I don't. I can understand how that would be annoying to some. So I will change out the mouse as soon as I get a chance. And I do apologize for that. Good morning, Roberta, True Texan, Southern Gal, Ryan, Megan, October Shug. Well, thank you, Jennifer. I love that, and thank you very much because it makes us feel important. I'm glad some streamers just want viewers and they don't care. Well, thank you, Breezy. I'm glad some of you don't mind. And for those that do, I apologize. You can fast forward a little bit. Like I said, I'm not making people wait. I'm not giving you. They were comments left on the last stream. Yeah, but the mouse is annoying. I will give that. And maybe the hellos are annoying too. I don't know. Good morning, Colleen, Betty. This is horrific. Do you guys hear what happens? Despicable. And I get it was an accidental upload. Totally understand that. Oh, I'm sure more will notice now that I pointed it out, but it's a little annoying. Hey, oh, Snap Ginger. She did that, yeah, a couple days ago. Polish, I couldn't believe it. Good morning, Tessa. They effed up. Something so important. Not only just something so important, but something so morally wrong. I mean, this is such a big deal. I guess not, Kraken. Some do. Hi, Titanium. Good morning. Yes, she did. She changed her name. I can't believe it, Southern Gal. I really, truly cannot believe it. Well, Breezy, yeah, I received an email a while back and I meant to do it then, but you know. Hey, Blondie Lux. So this is about Madeline Soto. She is a 13-year-old who did not make it to school on Monday after her 13th birthday party. Police quickly tuned in to the. He was at one point named the stepfather, then he was just named the mother's boyfriend, and they found horrific child abuse on his phone dating back at least 2 years. Matter of fact, the one date they gave would have been the day Maddie turned 11. Turned 11. Hey, Jor. Tessa, good morning. So I'm hearing rumors that some of the family members, now I don't know if this is true because I haven't seen anything to verify it. I haven't personally spoke to anybody, but there are rumors that even Jennifer, Maddie's mother, her family members are saying that she is being really bizarre in her behavior. I can mail you the name of my mouse, Plate Silent, so is my keyboard. I know my keyboard's in Apple. Well, I'd appreciate that, Titanium. Thank you. The kitty has yarn today. Red Ball is gone. Yeah, I switched her up. My question is, why are those photos being taken on your phone? Don't you have department cameras? So it's funny you say that, Breezy, because Deets was having a stream one night, and they were saying in the Karen Reed case that they took photos, crime scene photos, as well on a phone, like an iPhone, and that they were possibly saying that the photos, the phone are missing, and they were saying how bizarre it is. Well, me personally, and all the body cam footage and all the videos I watch, I don't see police having an actual camera anymore. I do see that it is more often than not they use their work iPhones to take photos and stuff. So I don't know. I would love to know if most departments do that or if they still have, like an old school camera with them. I would love to know that. Hey, Revival, Miss Robin, good morning. Kathy, yeah, this is horrible. Hey, Shay B. The whole thing's strange. Yes, a selfie pic and then put that on your personal Facebook. And well, so they did the same thing when it came to Danilo Calicante, the escaped convict that was here in Pennsylvania. When they captured him, they all got together and they took a photo with him. That was also a manhunt, though, and this guy had everybody on a manhunt for a week, right? So it's like, do you guys see a difference between the two? Do you think it's distasteful in both situations? Do you think it's distasteful in one over the other? I'm curious what you think of that. Hey, Joe Madre. I'm guessing somebody wasn't paying attention. They were supposed to upload a photo from their senior community event, and instead they upload a photo of deceased Madeline. You think they're distasteful? Okay, I can see that. Both distasteful. Okay. I guess they are like trophy pics, huh, Betty? The manhunt, see, that's what I'm thinking. I kind of understand the manhunt as well. Senior community event with the police and uploaded one of Maddie's crime scene photos along with the batch. You're right. You're right. Well, no. Well, okay, yes, you're right, Kraken. But no, we're speaking about another lady that works for the police. She uploaded a photo with Stefan being in the background of her. You understand the manhunt? Someone needs glasses. OMG, I get it, Colleen. I do understand the manhunt. So that is my biggest concern with the croc, but also we all know how the internet works, right? Once it's out there, it's out there. There's this photo is now horrifically in the rotation. I believe cops do have work phones. I would think they do. Good morning, Jenny. Behind the wouldn't someone double check their work before they post? You would think so, Titanium. You would really think so. Hey, Angela. Yes, Kathy. Hey, Winnie the pup. Hello. Yes. So the whole thing's just despicable, honestly. I couldn't imagine. I cannot. And the worst part about it is it was uploaded to the local police station's social media, right? So that means mainly people that would have seen it would be locally. And I mean, imagine if that was your daughter. And now your neighbors or even her classmates and your loved ones, they have to see this horrific photo. This horrific photo is now out there. It's beginning to be a regular occurrence lately. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Hey, Goody. Everyone, I'm telling you, you know what I'm thinking, and tell me what you all think. But I'm thinking the reason the mother has not been charged yet I'm sorry, the reason Stefan hasn't fully been charged yet. Hey, Kelsey and Jude. I'm thinking it has to do with the fact that they're looking into mom. Now, I could be completely wrong. I want them to take their time. The famous case of Casey Anthony comes up in mind. You don't want them to ever rush anything. You get all your ducks in a row. They got enough to hold him right now with the horrific things they have found. So I am not wanting to rush them, but I am wondering, especially after we heard at the press conference, the one officer wasn't even sure if the mother was a suspect and then went ahead to say, not yet. Hey, Be Good. And I just feel like she's shady. Lori, 25 months, here for the long haul. Thank you so much. I'm currently drinking out the coffee mug that you made me. Thank you. Anyone guilty of a crime, I don't care. An innocent child is a disgrace. He should lose his job. No dignity for this poor girl. Whoever saw it so unprofessional, I agree. Netflix seeing that live. Execution was horrendous. Seems there's no limits these days. There should be a ban. I did not see that, Blondie. Wow. Everything about mom doesn't sit right for me. I said that too, Jess. I'm teetering on she may be involved. Yeah, Delaney. Hey, Casser. I hope you have a good day at work. more of the manhunt because of all the time effort it's put into catching him, and it was almost like we got him. Right. It was like a bragging moment, right? And yeah, I can kind of see a difference in the two. I guess they're both a little distasteful, but I can see a difference for sure. Understandable, she's losing her mind, but I think she's suspected but groomed to defend him and believe his lies and look away to truth. Well, one thing I want to know, the one question I really have is who. So the mother claims that she overslept that morning and she needed Stefan to drive Maddie to school. She says that Stefan came to pick up Maddie. If she overslept, who notified him that Maddie needed a ride to school? I don't know, Tessa. That's a good question. I haven't heard otherwise yet. Hey, Day Tripper. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Like, how did you know that she would need a ride? Something about it just, I don't know. It's just creepy to me. It's creepy. I want to know what happened the night of Maddie's birthday party. I want to know how. How did anybody know that she needed a ride? And thank you, Gary. Thank you, Blue Petunia. Who messaged him or called him and said, did Madeline supposedly do it? How did the mom? I just doesn't make sense to me. Poor child into something possibly would not be the first time something like this happened. People just need to be more careful. I'm sure policy will change about personal phones. The math ain't math and hate tattoos. I want to know why he had to go over and pick her up. I thought he lived there. So no, they were broken up. He was not living there. They were like on again, off again, from what I'm gathering. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Wake up to call him. I think he was there that night. Granny, I couldn't agree more on the mom. My random theory is that the rumors that she might have been pregnant because of the stuff the boyfriend was doing. That's a bad cat. I can tell. Hey, Tickety. Little peace and hugs all around. I guess so happy when I catch your lies in real time. Thank you. Hey, jet lag. The whole timeline doesn't make sense. It doesn't. Karma. Do you think the mother's going to be charged? It's a gut feeling. I don't know. There's so many things that weren't making sense, that weren't adding up. The behavior is odd. And now hearing that even her family is concerned with the way she's behaving. Oh, it doesn't feel good. Hey, Leo. We'll go ahead and jump right in. I personally don't think she'll be charged. Wow, okay. Is Ellie still looking for his car? I haven't heard anything further about the car. Right, Day Tripper. He may have felt he was losing control for any number of reasons. One thing that stood out to me is the fact that the mother said she told us she had a crush on a boy. Did Stefan get jealous? Did Stefan get angry? Was Maddie speaking up? But I don't know. I agree with you, Winnie. Hey, Lucy. Yeah, about the crack. And it's okay. It's okay to at the very least, I believe having your child being abused for 2 years under your roof is, so that reminds me, today starts the trial for the father in the Oxford school shooting. What do you guys think of that? Blondie Locks, I don't even like saying it. We don't know that the poor girl has gone through enough. So today starts the jury selection for Ethan's father, James, right? And we know that he's looking at 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter, and we know that the mother was recently found guilty of all 4. So when this was all going on, I said this sets a precedence over cases. And are we now going to find more parents being held responsible? Could this lead and open up other avenues for, I don't know. I don't know, Kathy. I feel like it was said so nonchalantly. It felt bizarre to me, but it hits home for me. So it's upsetting. My mother, oh, Southern gal, I'm so sorry. I never told my parents anything until I was in my 20s. Just didn't have scared. I was scared to. The jury selection starts today. You think he needs to be found guilty? That's interesting. Hey, Kerm. But they were broken up. I was at her B-Day partying without mom. My understanding is they were like on again, off again. I mean, they were together for 7 years. Yeah, at one point he was referred to as Maddie's stepfather. Yeah, maybe it was just one of those things. I do agree with that, 420. Some accountability needs to be put somewhere. I agree. I just came across another video this morning. So let's go ahead and I'll play you a little bit of what's going on with this photo leak that took place. And then I want to discuss the
people want answers on what is next for the man known as the prime suspect in a 13-year-old girl's murder.
We're working to figure out when he could be facing more charges. Stephen Stearns is the girl's mother's boyfriend. Right now, he's charged with sexual battery and child pornography. Investigators think instead of dropping Madeline Soto off at Hunters Creek Middle School last Monday, he killed her, threw away her backpack, and hid her body. Investigators later found her on Friday. And as Kissimmee police investigate Madeline Soto's murder, there are new questions tonight about social media posts published by a different law enforcement agency.
So over the weekend, employees at the Osceola County Sheriff's Office posted a crime scene photo and a selfie with the prime suspect in Soto's disappearance.
A crime scene photo. Alicia, rock a bit, drive carefully. A crime scene photo. You know, the whole photo with the suspect. All right. You know, when that comes out on the heels of a crime scene photo being posted, it kind of takes that away. You know what I mean? Not takes it away, but it doesn't seem, I mean, what's really important here is a crime scene photo. Hey, Georgia, you will never convince me that this mother did not know exactly what happened to her daughter. She was lying for that man. She was covering for him, implicating herself to cover for him. Unbelievable.
News 6 investigator Mike DeForest joins us now. And Mike, you just heard from prosecutors about this.
That's right. I just received a statement from State Attorney Andrew Bain, who will be prosecuting the case. He says, in part, I'm deeply disturbed that the photos were carelessly made public. While I do not believe that these photos will have any evidentiary impact on the case, as of now, they were released in poor taste.
So that's great to hear from the state attorney. That's fantastic news, because I know with me, my first thought was this could ruin everything. That this could cause so much damage to seeing justice for Maddie. Stefan's thumb and deluded herself. I hate to think she truly knew, but nothing would surprise me. I agree with that. I hate to think that as well. Kraken, thank you so much. Thank you. Like my understanding, was posting a group of photos accidentally added to the post. Well, that's a huge, accident, right? It's very, when they took pics of cover contact. That's what we brought up, Megan, a little bit ago. I said it's similar to the manhunt photos when it comes to the lady taking a photo with Stefan. It's similar to that, right? What do you guys think? Do you think it's distasteful to take photos? I mean, do you think there's a difference between the two? One was a manhunt, one was a pedo. I would too, be good. And like I said, this was posted to their local. I can't. It makes me sick.
Late Friday afternoon, Osceola County Sheriff's deputies discovered the body of 13-year-old Madeline Soto in a wooded area. On the very next morning, on the official Instagram page for Osceola County Sheriff Marcos Lopez, someone posted a photo that appeared to show a close-up view of the crime scene.
See, it says here, great day with our seniors, and it is the third photo in. So I do believe it's accidental. Now, this was uploaded. Where did I just see that comment? This was uploaded to the police station's website, right? It was uploaded to that. So it doesn't necessarily mean it was their personal phones. You know what I mean? It could have been the work phone. Hey, Jason. If I was on TV for my missing daughter, I'd have her photo. I'd be pleading for information about her whereabouts. I'd be crying. Do you have any red flags, Winnie? Like, Mom thinks that Maddie doesn't know her own address and wouldn't really know how to get home, but at the same time, she doesn't want to go out and look in case she comes home. By crime scene investigators, so the chain of custody is intact. That's like in the Delphi case. The crime scene photos were leaked. 2 monsters just happened to meet. I want to believe the guy did it alone, but I have a nagging feeling. I'm with you, Gary. Great question, Meg. Since that's not even a lead investigating agency, why did they have that? Right. Do we flex those type of things, though? You know?
News 6 has blacked out that image. But the photo caption, which reads, "Great day with our seniors," suggests the posting was unintentional. In a statement issued Saturday afternoon, the Osceola County Sheriff's Office said, quote, "Earlier today, a post was made on social media about a community event for seniors. In the post, an investigative photo was accidentally included. The photo was immediately removed. We deeply apologize for any confusion or disturbance this may have caused."
So my understanding is it was not immediately removed. It was up for too long. I mean, 1 second is too long, right? Post on local Facebook group, sad that is how you find out of a death. Way too much info gets posted that has no need being seen by others. Mom distanced herself from the birthday party the day before, but after Maddie disappeared, she made sure to say "we" in regards to when she disappeared. Sharing it among people they knew, and that's how it accidentally got posted.
As with any
Interesting.
investigation, the information obtained is confidential, and any mistaken disclosures will be immediately rectified.
That could affect the investigation and prosecution of the case, the defense of the case, and it could also affect the potential jury pool.
News 6 legal analyst Stephen Kramer says the photos release may prompt a defense attorney to try getting the trial moved to another location. And he says it could open Sheriff Marcos Lopez up to civil liability.
And it should. It should, because it could affect the jury pool. It absolutely should. And he should be. If I was Maddie's loved one, if this was my daughter, that they disgracefully, I mean, once it's out there, it's out there. Just thinking about it, like if you seriously sit down and you let it sink in, the severity of what happens. The dishonor this does to Maddie. A photo like that being out in the world. He should absolutely be sued. How did a 13-year-old not know? I don't believe the mom. Mom in this case seems like Letitia Stock. Wow, I think she knew about the years of abuse. You're not the first one I heard kind of put them two together. She does not deserve this. No, that girl has gone through enough. And even after death, she is still being exploited.
You've got a grieving family that's suffering, and you may see an argument that this photo, even if it wasn't intentional, the release was negligent, and as a result, you may see a claim for damages and a lawsuit result from that.
The agency has not disclosed whether Sheriff Lopez himself or another staff member posted the Instagram photo. That same morning, Sheriff's Office.
My understanding, May, is it was an actual close-up photo of Maddie herself. The fact that nobody has come forth and actually taken accountability and said, I did this, and I am so sorry. There were 2 photos of the senior celebration, followed by the photo of Maddie, and then one more photo.
Employee Nerva Rodriguez posted this photo on her personal Facebook page.
So this is the photo that some were comparing to the capture of Danilo Cavalcante. It says here, if God's love has been poured out over your life, don't allow evil to keep you away from what he has prepared for you. She took time to filter. That's nice. Shorty, I won't even mention that man's name. Can't even mention his name. I'll tell you what, I think a lot of these people are bullshitters, what I think. There are probably thousands of photos of a crime scene. It just happened to be a close-up of her. And you know what else, Shorty? He's saying that whole stabbing story never took place. So I don't know. I don't know. But I can't deal with fragile egos, especially when we're talking about the death of a 13-year-old girl. So
It shows Rodriguez posing in front of Stefan Stearns, the prime suspect in the teenager's disappearance. The caption reads, "If God's love has been poured out over your life, don't allow evil to keep you away from what he has prepared for you." The post includes the hashtag Nerva Rodriguez. Rodriguez is the executive director of the sheriff's office, a civilian position that oversees several departments, including the agency's social media. The photo was removed from Rodriguez's Facebook page after News 6 began asking questions about it.
Rodriguez did not respond to my request for comment. A sheriff's office spokesperson said it could not answer questions about Rodriguez's Facebook post due to ongoing investigations. Lisa and Matt.
Mike DeForest, thank you.
6. What did the Titanium say? There's one creator has played the interview with the mom 5 out of 6 days. She's been covering the case. Well, I'm not surprised by it. I could tell you exactly who that is. Same person that did over 300 videos on a teenager's death and blamed the mother. That one. Even after the mother was deemed innocent. Yeah. The conspiracies. Yeah. That one. Sure it is. Hey, Fixing a Snap. It was an accident. Why would they have the photos? Betty, I'm going to leave on the caution side of I believe it was accidental. I can't imagine why anybody would intentionally put that type of photo out there of a 13-year-old girl. Why would an officer at that especially would try to ruin what potentially could harm the case? I don't know. Yup, she posted on her personal, no thank you, not appropriate, total yuck behavior. I'll give her a pass on excitement, but you get this one pass, lady. About this man, and did it turn out info? They were guilty too, and could have maybe, well, people didn't like hearing that. What the crock? Jennifer Crumley gets held accountable for not paying enough attention to her son, who shot up a school. Why don't we hold mothers accountable for allowing horrible people into kids' lives? That's what I said a little bit ago, Summy. We know today is jury selection for Ethan's father, right? They are being held accountable. Does that open up the door for cases like this, situations like this, for the state to come in and say, you were so extremely neglectful that you are now also guilty of whatever lives were taken? Well, Blondie Locks, I think it was 2 separate employees, but yes. The chick volunteers all those hours. She wants some attention for it. I think that's an extremely poor taste, and it looks like an amateur took that picture, not an actual news journalist. The panel guests just talk over one another in a constant screeching and creaking of that chair. Getting caught in private property next to the Idaho 4 house is so cringe. I never saw that, Miss Robin. How can you overlook such a... I know. Hey, Wanderer Sub. Mentioned that this last weekend. I think it should be. Yeah. So here's one more. We'll play this one more, and then we'll go ahead and get some thoughts.
Social media.
You are welcome to click the link and come on up if you'd like to add anything to the conversation.
The crime scene is posted on social media. The photo reportedly shows the body of 13-year-old Maddie Soto after deputies found her body on Friday.
The person accused of posting it, the Osceola County Sheriff. Fox 35's Hannah McKenzie is joining us live here in the studio tonight. So Hannah, Sheriff.
That's the other thing. It was the sheriff. It wasn't, just some desk attorney that's keeping up with social media for appearance. It was the sheriff. Thank you, Day Tripper. Welcome. Neglect is neglect. Neglecting to acknowledge and address your son's mental state. Neglecting to acknowledge and address the obvious abuse of your daughter is experiencing. Selfish lifestyle choices. Creak, creak, creak. There was no accident. That picture was deliberately put on social media. A lot of people think it. Put a 1 in the chat if you think they did it intentionally. Put a 2 if you believe it was just a huge accident. Very curious what you all think. I said the same thing, Johnny. There's a lot of back and forth on it. You also have to think if they have other children? Do those children now end up in and are already overflowing state custody? Our jails are already overflowing. You know, I agree. You think it was intentionally? Intentionally, and then we have accident intentionally. Do you think Stefan could sue because I could be damaged into his case? I don't know. Thank you, Miss Robin. Haven't decided yet. I don't know. What do you guys think? I wouldn't think so, but I'm sure I'm sure his lawyers will have a field day with it, but I don't know if he would have any legal rights to sue. I don't know. Now, listen, let's also keep in mind that Stefan has not been charged in the death of Maddie. He has not been charged yet. So, hey, MTB, welcome. Some women stay single, raise their kids, and keep them safe. Yeah, you can mock all day for that. I stand on it. I have one that's going to be turning 18 this summer. I can't believe it. Time has flown by. And I have one that will be turning 12. And then guess what? I have the rest of my life. There's no way they intentionally released it. That would harm their case. Oh, here, Miss Robin. Thank you so much. I think she was intentional for sure. She was. It was a close-up, Blondie. Titanium. Okay, let's look at our beautiful face.
Is now apologizing.
We want to be clear here. We are not airing the photo. It has since been deleted from the sheriff's Instagram page. But as we all know, if it's posted to social media, someone is going to see it and save it, which is how we got a copy of it. A crime scene photo seemingly leaked on social media.
So see how there's 1, 2 of, the photos here? Maddie would have been the third in the posting. So 1, 2. So you go through, you see the senior event, and then boom, a deceased 13-year-old girl up close. You know what? I was just thinking, man. What if a child saw it? What if your child saw it? Would there be any legal standing there? I don't know. Hey, Carolyn. Like, oof. I pray that this photo is not rotating around the classmates of Maddie. I'm sure those kids are all going to be suffering enough. I pray. A close-up, be good. No, Gary. Unless it's conversations like this. Yeah, sure. But no.
Posted on the Instagram account for Osceola County Sheriff Marco Lopez. It appears to show the body of Maddie Soto. Former Osceola County Sheriff Russ Gibson, who is rerunning for the position against Lopez, confirming on Facebook the image shows Soto's lifeless body at the scene.
Well, Neve, I figured because is his work profile is what is the reason I was given to myself. Queen Bella, a crime scene photo, a close-up of Maddie. Horrific situation. I'm sure the family's devastated, not only by their loss, but now this. I agree, Johnny. This is too much. So let anybody at the scene take photos. I assumed it would be more restricted. You're right, Heather. You're right. I'm sure it would be too.
13-year-old, the center of a 5-day search after she was reported missing on February 26th. Her body found March 1st in a wooded rural area of St. Cloud. Here's Sheriff Lopez that night.
We did discover what appears to be a body. The body has clothing very similar to what the victim was last seen wearing.
We've reached out to the sheriff's office for comment. A response reads in part, quote, "A post was made on social media about a community event for
Oh.
seniors. In the post, an investigative photo was accidentally included. The photo was immediately removed. We deeply apologize for any confusion or disturbance this may have caused." We also reached out to the state attorney's office to find out what legal implications, if any, the leaked photo may have.
That was one of my biggest concerns. One of my very biggest concerns. Deeply disturbed.
Attorney Andrew Bain writing back, he is deeply disturbed that the photo was carelessly made public. And, quote, "While I do not believe these photos will have any evidentiary impact on the case as of now, they were released in poor taste. Our main focus is making sure we get justice for 13-year-old Madeline Soto." As of tonight, Stefan Stearns, the prime suspect in Soto's disappearance, has not been charged in her death. Stearns is the boyfriend of Maddie Soto's mother. Right now, he's charged with sexual battery with a child, capital sexual battery, and possession of material depicting sexual performance by a child. Live in the studio tonight.
That just breaks my heart. This is likely one of the last photos
By a child. Battery with a child.
of Maddie, her 13th birthday. Let me check guidance. Just breaks my heart. So you know what is funny? You sent that, Jennifer, because I did see where GH was saying, somebody wrote in his comment section that if it comes out that Maddie was, I don't even like speaking into existence, but you know, quite frankly, if Maddie was pregnant, that he was right once again. And it's like, one, that's not even something to brag on. Two, you think you're the only one that had that theory? I mean, come on. It's so disgraceful. Pacing nervously in the background, he knew he was screwed. Don't want to read the affidavit again. So graphic, so much detail. I can't unsee what was described. How? How could the mother just ignore it? Not believe her daughter for this guy? That good, huh? Yeah, Blue Petunias, I agree. I was listening to a creator yesterday, and they were saying things like the mother was stigmatized. And it just, you know, I get the laid back conversation taking place. I get that. But at the same time, it is distasteful, like Polish said, to say the least. I don't believe that's the right term for it. And I wouldn't say that would be it. I have a redacted version of it, Titanium. I just don't even want to, if anybody wants to see it, they can go, you know, to you if you like. I don't want to personally put it out there. I stupidly began to read a bit of it the other day, quickly stopped myself. I don't even want to see it. Unfortunately, I did see it. You can't unsee it. I think the mom knew as well. The family is saying the mom was being very shady. I think mom knew. I think mom is fully aware. Matter of fact, I think the mom should be charged, and she should be charged. And the very least, she should be charged for neglect. At least 2 years under her roof. The one photo, the one situation they are aware of was on Madeline's 11th birthday. Her 11th birthday. Oh my goodness. My son is 11. Your 11th birthday. I mean, she didn't, poor Maddie, man. She should get a neglect charge at the very least. She should, in my opinion. Again, we have Jennifer Crumbly and James Crumbly, right? They're being charged in 4 counts because their son, who had mental health issues, took a gun to school. that opens the doorway for a lot of other things to take place. And it gives the government a lot of say over if you're a neglectful parent or not. I wonder. William Eyelash, we did. Stefan's one friend is all over the internet right now. The one that claimed Chase. If you're here today, Chase, welcome. The one that claimed to have been aware that a friend of theirs was paid off to be hush-hush about child CP. I've seen them in every chat that I've gone into so far involving Maddie and Stefan. But yes, I know he did another interview. This time he was a lot better about it. But he did do another interview with another friend that claims to be in more recent times in touch with Stefan. They played all the game and stuff together. He said that he has sons. He never felt any red flags, but he did state, and I can't play it for you because I didn't email Gray, but he states that he was a big Adderall popper. That he never seen them eat. At least to her 11th birthday, she appears to be a mature girl. Do you think the abuse started around the time she began menstruating? Oh, gosh. That's 7 times regarding the morning of disappearance. It sure did. And like I said, I want to know who knew that Maddie would need a supposed ride that day? Who knew? How did he come to be the one to give the ride? They do sound, and I'm not alone in that, Tickety. I felt the same way. Like there's just something off. Like it's almost like they're excited about all of this. I could, Jason. I could totally use fair use and take my chances. Adderall doesn't make you hurt people. Hey, Chris and Ween Baby, welcome. I get it, Guidance. That was so bizarre. I mean, you know, I hate to bring this up, but he left my chat apologizing. He came in my comment section and started arguing with different people. I deleted comments that made him uncomfortable. He then came back and commented on topic with the stream as if like everything was good and we were letting bygones be bygones. And then he went back to his channel where he went on to complain. It's like, blessed be. Didn't put him in a good light either. If he knew this guy was a pig yet said nothing, I would not be proud to have friends of his. I would be disgusted. The only proof, Ween Baby, is that she was deceased in Stefan's car already. You know, we've also questioned if the mother was under medication, and I'm hearing she was. Hey, Angel Chip. I'd be surprised too, Jeannie. I'm wondering, again, like I said, Stefan has not officially been charged. And I'm wondering if it's because they're still investigating. If they're not full, you know, maybe charges are coming for the mother. I don't know. So Miss Robin, it was so funny because the one person kept calling him Greg, and I loved it. Yeah, I didn't like the way he acted. It was very... I was on panel saying it was not my first time seeing it. Hey, Jenny. Goes with whether channel vibe is. I don't understand what bothered him in the first place. I'm confused. I know. He took it personal. He took the way we felt of that interview very personal. I stand by what I stated. I don't care what you think may or may not happen. Actually, one of his subscribers was arguing with me in my comment section saying that hearsay is not enough for, you know, because the guy only heard that there was child CP and a payoff to be silent about it. That's not enough. What do these people think investigations are for? That's what they're for. If you suspect, whether it's hearsay or not, that somebody is doing something that could potentially harm our children, you call it in, you let the police at least investigate. That was unbelievable. But they stand by it. And then one lady asked if my friends are going to turn me in for playing Gray's video. And I'm like, yeah, you sound logical, lady. She said I should be arrested for playing Gray's video. Mm. Oh, is it, Chris? I felt like he thought he was going to strong arm me for real. I really did feel that. In fact, the speculation everyone does it, we know it's not fact, right? If I heard something like that, I would call. Better safe than sorry. Absolutely. It's absolutely enough to make a call. Couldn't agree more. We, him, me. It was also stepfather, and then it was boyfriend, and it was fiance, and it was boyfriend. Yeah, I should be arrested for the video for plagiarism and theft. Meanwhile, we're going to nonchalantly roll over the fact that these guys were aware of child CP, 10 years ago. You asked if I saw it, and I said no. It came out during a conversation. Right? You can go back in the chat. People are saying, "Go check this out." Whatever. It was just stupid that it ended that way. We're talking about a 13-year-old. There's no need for all that extra egotistical bullshit, quite frankly. Look at this. No, about the CP not saying anything. Yeah, he kind of walked it back. Some people pointed out that he said it 2 different names, but I do believe when he did that. Here, let's look at that really quick. Do you guys find him to be credible? See, I wish his audio wasn't so bad when he came up here because it was hard to hear him. There was the echo in, then I had to mute, and we were kind of speaking over each other because of the echo in. So it was difficult to hear, but at one point he said Graham, and I believe he meant Gray. I don't think he meant Graham, but people were saying he changed the name of the so-called friend. I don't think he did. I think he, like I said, meant to say Gray. Me too, Danielle Marie, me too. Good morning, Peachy. I think he likes the attention. Like I said, he's in every chat. You think he's 100? You think you missed it? You think he's full of shit? And that first interview with the dirtbag, it's like he was starting to scum girlfriend to the reporter, like, you take care of this. Hey, catch me if you can. I was listening to that too. He kept doing it again, and we were hysterical laughing. Talking about the same situation as Chase was talking about. Which one would that be, Jenny? I think the only reason he was changing his story is because he realized the severity. Yeah, British. That would be a cold day in hell. Calling him Graham from now on. Graham and Greg. Yeah, I think he just realized the severity of the claim he just made and tried to walk it back. Hey, Joe. Another guy called in, another creator show. He was also full of shit. Which one was that with the crowd? Could you send me that in Discord? So upset. What's going on with all these children being hurt? Usually goes in threes. About the utilities, not paying rent, and the 3 friends living together. Okay, I didn't hear that one. And there's updates on out of the room or sitting next to Jen, comforting her. It was bizarre that he was in the background like that, right, Titanium? You would think he would have pulled a seat up next to her. I mean, at the very least, you would think he would sit right next to her, but instead he was awkwardly in the background. So a guy did go over. Hey, New Jersey Robin. I watched a fantastic video last night, and then I seen it again today through Duty Ron. Let me grab that. Sebastian Rogers, his parents, the way they sat together. Jeffrey Hughes. Thank you so much, October Shug. All right, let me pull this one up. So Dr. G did a fantastic job. Newest person come forward was Frank. Isn't it amazing how they all come forward now? They all come forward now, and they're all like, they felt it. This was odd, and we knew about child P, and we knew he was dating a 14-year-old. Now, the one interview I did hear of Graham is where Graham's the guy says that they were at the bar and this older cougar woman was hitting on Stefan and he was single. So I'm like, go for it. And he didn't go for it. And he's like, and that's really weird because, you know, I know now that the woman was, you know, 50 years too old. Well, that contradicts what Chase said, because Chase said that he was dating teachers, older women, that he was always going for older women, especially teachers. Men do. Oh gosh, wee baby. I hope not. So check this out. Duty Ron, fantastic, professional. Like him, don't like him, I don't care. He's not going to bitch about me using this video because he wants justice on these cases and information to get out there, and that I respect. So let's check out the video he put together, again, using Dr. G, where he does a full body language.
On sexual battery, capital sexual battery charges. Ed, this is horrific.
Another horrific child murder with sexual assault attached to it. And I'm just sick of this stuff. I'm sick of it.
She's way too calm and showing zero emotion. Like,
so yeah, the Wanderer, you know, when the friend stated that he used to date teachers, that was the vibe we got from it. Now, I did ask if he ever dated anybody else with a child that he was aware of, and he said he believes there was one other child. I'm going to go ahead and clip that part out of the video and turn it into a short video. Again, his audio was pretty crappy, but it was interesting. It was interesting to hear the, you know, and compare the different stories we've gotten. She is way too calm. To me, it looks like she might be under the influence of a nerve relaxer or something. I don't know. He knew what he was doing. Also, why he worked for Disney. Another guy said he went years without working. Much better vibe from the parents as a whole compared to this case. Yeah, so we'll go to that in just a second. Love Duty Ron and loves people showing his content. I watched it. Shocked about someone they knew but never really knew. I cannot imagine to hear someone I thought I knew for years and then hear this in the news. I agree, New Jersey Robin. Absolutely agree with that. Right, Blue Petunia. But then the other guy said he wouldn't date older women. So I don't know. I would just stay here, Wanderer. We just went over them putting out the disturbing photo of Maddie. For the most part.
I know if this is Janine, my wife, he wouldn't even be able to talk, first of all. Like, it just doesn't seem like there's any urgency.
You know who we need on this case, right?
Oh, yeah.
Dr. G.
Definitely. Dr. G explains.
You know what? Duty Ron just said it best there. There was no urgency. The mother was so laid back. She was so nonchalant about it. It was eerie. And the laughing at the parrot or the dog feeder. People are saying it was a parrot or some type of bird. Others are saying it's an automatic dog feeder. I don't know which it was, but the fact that she paused during an interview and was smirking, and we're talking about your 13-year-old child disappearing.
Emotional right now. Explain to us. I dropped her off.
So that big sigh before he's saying he dropped her off. We tend to do that as a way to relieve stress. We need to take in more oxygen when we're feeling stressed out. So that big breath out can oftentimes be a way to try to calm ourselves down. So he's just trying to calm himself down, talking about what happened that day. Just wanted to point that out as we keep going.
What were the conversations that y'all had in the car when you dropped her off? Not much. She was asleep for most of the way. Told her have a good day at school when she got out. I love her. She said, thanks. Love you too. That was it.
That's the cover story. She was asleep instead of being dead.
He responded vaguely to this. What kind of conversations did you have? He didn't say. He said she was asleep most of the way. He's avoiding providing specific details.
What were the conversations that y'all had in the car when you dropped her off? Not much. She was asleep for most of the way.
So not much. She was asleep for most of the way. Rather than giving any detail at all about the conversations they had.
So who else finds that bizarre, right? On one hand, we got the mom overslept, hence why Stefan, for the first time ever, had to take Maddie to school that morning. The mom overslept. Yet Maddie was supposedly dropped off to school early while still being tired. Does that make any sense to any of you? Again, as a mother of a 17 and 11-year-old, when they wake up and they're tired, they're groggy, they're dragging their feet, they're, we're not leaving anywhere early. We're lucky if we get out the door on time, let alone early. But supposedly mom overslept and he has to drive her, but yet they leave early. And who told him that Maddie needed a ride? Yes, Stevie. First time dropping him off. Mom was absolutely in the house. But who called or messaged Stefan and said, hey, Maddie needs a ride to school? If mom is sleeping, I'm telling you, I don't like the mother right now, and I'm sorry, I just don't. Murder charge, yeah, it tells me they are still investigating. Look how fast they slapped murder charges on Stefan McDougal because they were positive it was him. I agree. They're not fully positive that they got all the answers yet when it comes to Stefan. And like I said, I'm thinking it comes into the mother. She called him allegedly. So she calls him and says, I overslept. Can you come get Maddie? But never got up to make sure Maddie was awake, never saw her out the door, nothing. It doesn't make sense. Right, just so happens to be forgotten that day. In totally perverse way, but like this man thinks he's in love with this child. He has sincerely groomed her. I agree with that because even his friends were saying that he really loved Maddie and he really had a connection with Maddie. And when him and Maddie's mother would break up, he would talk about how much he missed Maddie. Ugh. Not one word of her morning. No breakfast, no bye, mom. Nope, makes no sense. Suzanne Smith case. Absolutely, I'm familiar, Neve. Awake enough to call him. Weird, right? But not wake enough to see if her daughter's out of bed yet? It doesn't make any sense, guidance. Doesn't make any sense. 7:30, he's throwing out her school bag and her, laptop, but yet mom, it doesn't make sense.
He just says not much.
Told her have a good day at school when she got out, and I love her. She said thanks, love you too. What was it?
What was the last thing, I guess, the conversation that you two had, you and your daughter?
We spoke about her birthday party. She had a birthday party on Sunday. She had a great time. I couldn't make it because I was working.
Well, she was working.
But she had an amazing time. She was so happy with all her.
To me, that was a weird detail to add in. Anybody else think that was a weird detail to add in? I couldn't make it because I was working. Instead of just saying, she had her birthday party the night before. She was excited. She got all these fantastic gifts and had a great time. I couldn't make it. It just sounds like a weird add-in.
Her birthday party. She had a birthday party on Sunday. She had a great time. I couldn't make it because I was working.
Well, she was working.
But she had an amazing time. She was so happy with all her.
Now, she hadn't been found yet.
She's 13 years old. Yeah.
Madeline?
Yeah.
Just please be nice to her. Bring her home if you.
So for a second, it seems like he was tempted to try to plead to the camera, but lost his nerve.
Serenity.
This only lasted for a split second when he started this, but rather than acting as though he's actually talking to somebody, it's like he starts it but then doesn't commit. Now, you may have noticed that you're hearing some sounds related to crying, like sniffing and a wavering voice, but we haven't seen a single tear. And I always think that that's worth noting. Crying with no tears always stands out to me. Now, that doesn't mean that everybody has to cry because they're upset, but if you're doing all the things related to crying, wiping your eyes, sniffing your nose, speaking with a wavering voice, then you tend to assume you're going to see at least one or two tears. We have not seen any yet.
We have the arrest affidavit when he was arrested. Barbaric pedophile. This arrest affidavit is gross. It's grotesque.
Today, he was transferred here from the Orange County jail over to Osceola County because this is now a murder investigation being led by Kissimmee police.
Oh, yeah. We still don't know how or why Maddie Soto was killed, but we do know this. Investigators are convinced that her mom's boyfriend, Stephen Stearns, was responsible.
It's hard not to blame myself.
What has the conversation been with Jen since?
She's been very...
And after he said, it's hard not to blame myself, there was a big sigh afterward. It seemed like there was some relief after getting that piece out.
So allegedly, Stevie, the mom was working Sunday night, which was Maddie's 13th birthday party. And the morning of Monday, just so happens to be the morning Maddie disappears, mom overslept. So I personally have one or two theories. My one theory is he was drugging them and drugged mom to the point she overslept and drugged Maddie to the point she overdosed. Or two, mom's involved. That's just where I'm at with it. And I can't, they're my two right now, my two guesses.
Before going on to the next. So you'll notice he does have a tendency to let out big sighs sometimes.
Her mother's planning her baby girl's funeral.
Savage. I'm gonna hold back, but this is a vile human being. This guy should not even breathe the air that we breathe. The science does not lie. The evidence in this case.
I think anybody watching this probably already knows what I'm about to say, which is that his performance when it came to the crying and when it came to having to stop himself for a second, we still haven't seen a single tear despite the crying or the sounds that go along with crying.
When they see this.
She's a sweetheart. So I'm not so sure. I'm getting some weird vibes from that interview with the mom. She didn't really show any emotion at all, but she did say, we brought her to school that morning. And that to me, that just sets off, my red flags and my alarms. But
she hasn't been active on social media.
Now you'll notice right now his arm is a bit.
Not only Titanium is 13 a big birthday, is a milestone birthday, but she was the only, Jennifer, Maddie's mother, was the only biological parent that Maddie had. I'm a single mom. I kid you not. Years ago, and I'm talking years ago, I was a teen mom with my daughter for her, I believe it was her 5th or 6th birthday party. I believe it was her 5th. No, actually it was her 8th because it was her golden birthday. So I remember it was her 8th birthday party and my boss had put me on the schedule. And I told him, I said, listen, it's my daughter's 8th birthday party, blah, blah, blah. It's a golden birthday, whatever. I'm her mom. I have to be at the party. And he wasn't going to give me the day off. And I actually quit that job because I was determined to be at my daughter's birthday party. I was her only biological family member. I couldn't imagine not being there. So the fact that her 13th birthday party was scheduled for a Sunday and a Sunday in which mom had to work is bizarre to me.
Out, his posture is taking up more space. He doesn't comfortably have his hands in his lap. He's sitting in a position that you might consider dominant. Think about a police officer standing, hands on hips, taking up more space. That is seen as a powerful dominant stance. When we sit and we put our arm up or we try to take up more space in some way, that is oftentimes deemed a dominant stance. So right here, as he's sitting with his arm out a bit, this could be seen as trying to take up more space, trying to seem a bit dominant at that moment.
None of her chats, none of her games. We did contact all her friends. None of them had seen her Monday.
But I know the investigators, if they're making statements to the press that she's not a suspect, that doesn't mean that she's not. It just means that they want to keep her calm and they want to just keep her on ice.
You could also interpret his presence at all as being somewhat aggressive. Why sit behind somebody? Why not join for the interview? Why not talk about it ahead of time? The fact that he's hovering, for what purpose? Is he trying to listen in? Is he
Souls, maybe, but I'll tell you what, I don't think so. And I just double checked to make sure. The mother was a vacation planner, right? She worked for Disney. She was a Disney travel agent. She did all the plannings for vacations, all that good stuff. They do control their own schedule and how much they work. I just looked it up to be sure of it. But yeah, so as a Disney travel agent, you can receive benefits on personal travel, such as discounted hotel rooms, free theme park tickets, and complimentary Disney cruises. You control your own schedule and how much you work. You will be able to work from home in most cases. Hey, Miss L. Ellie Rice, good to see you. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Right. Why would she be working overnight? I don't know. Maybe she has a secondary job she just didn't have listed. Oh, I know you're not Souls. I've seen you participate, and I didn't think so at all. Maybe she has another job that we're unaware of, right?
Trying to make sure that what's being said is the way that he's thinking about it. It's hard to say, but the whole situation, the whole dynamic, the whole positioning of everybody, very peculiar throughout this whole interview.
But there is also a possibility that she's not a suspect and that she was just, point from me. What I care about is the facts of the case, the crime that was perpetrated against this poor little girl, and the perpetrator gets successfully prosecuted. Ed, your thoughts?
I don't want to say my actual thoughts, but karma is a bitch, and he is going to get his.
She never made it to school after that. It's right next to the school. I don't know why she didn't make it. I don't know if something happened on her walk along the way or she got.
So you'll notice as she's describing what happened, as she's saying, I don't know what happened, I don't know if something happened along the way, he is getting kind of fidgety. Watch this right here.
I don't know why she didn't make it. I don't know if something happened on her walk along the way or she got taken, but she never made it. Yes. I went to pick her up after school.
She was happy that we were all together here, and she was just very happy. She was a happy kid. She's very sweet. She's a very sweet girl.
She was very
She brings
sweet.
a lot of joy to us, and we just not knowing.
Again, Jennifer Soto gave an interview with her boyfriend, and then a short time after that, that was when he was arrested. He handed his phone over to investigators, and he told.
And she wasn't there.
What an incredibly strange time to start cracking your knuckles during an interview. When she is talking about Madeline missing, trying to retrace the steps of what could have happened, he's sitting there, popping his fingers, popping his knuckles. Now, one thing I do want you to keep in mind, doing that can be seen as aggressive. Cracking one's knuckles can be seen as aggressive. It's also a way that we can relieve tension, but more than that, it can be seen as an aggressive act. So it's interesting.
So I didn't realize that could be seen as an aggressive, act. What do you guys think? Do you think he was warning the mother? I know some people believe that the mother is abused, that the mother is a victim, that the mother was scared. What do you guys think? Oh, I did New Jersey, Robin. It was fantastic. Wasn't staged, typically worked nice. I also heard Disney came out with a statement saying Stefan didn't work for them. I haven't seen it though. I would like to understand what video she's talking about that police said to show her daughter. That's not possible. She was dead. So, okay. So she never saw the video. Apparently her sister told her about it. The police said they have a grainy footage of the church. I personally think, now knowing what we know, that they said that to get Stefan to loosen his guard. Because one thing Stefan makes a point to state is that there were no cameras. How odd is that? So the police, they have an idea. They kind of feel something's off with Stefan, and they say, oh, look, to the family. They didn't say it to the public, to the family. We have a footage of the church, and this may be Madeline. So now Stefan goes, oh, that big sigh of relief. That's what I'm thinking it was.
Interesting that as she's talking about this, his reaction is not one of fear or anxiety, but it seems to be one of aggression.
Was the last anyone seen of her or heard from her?
Yes. I went to pick her up after school, and she wasn't there.
Just Wednesday evening.
I'm just lost. I've seen this time and time again. It's the girlfriend's boyfriend doing it to the child, living together, pedophilia, okay? And he recorded it, and he tried to delete it by resetting his phone, the factory specs, but they were able to pull it out.
Because not only is this guy in custody and is alleged with sexual assault, now we're looking at murder. He videotaped on his phone, on his own cellular device, sexual acts with this young girl. It's just a case that makes my heart sink because so many things went wrong here.
That was interesting. I agree, Ginny. So I took 2 polls, and in most polls, it was 75 to 25% that believe the mother is guilty and that they believe the mother should be charged with neglect at the least. I'm a knuckle crack. So am I. Same, Wanderer. So that's why I said I didn't realize it could be seen as aggressive. I've actually cracked my knuckles a few times while being live, but I just do it out of, mine's actually more of an anxiety thing, I guess. So I don't know. We're supposed to believe that mom didn't know. BS. I agree. BS. And then on one hand, she tells us her and Maddie are so close that Maddie's very open with her, but Maddie never went to mom and said, this is going on. Yes. 2022, her 11th birthday to be exact. Mom knows something was going on and wanted to be in denial, so took what he said to her and she recites it with no emotion. She feels guilty. Context matters. Victims don't speak up until years later, if ever. I agree with that, Polish. I definitely agree with that. That's interesting, Serenity. That exactly, Mello. How do you, as a sheriff, accidentally post a deceased body onto Instagram? How does that happen? And as far as the camera roll goes, if he was at the event for the seniors, he was taking photos. Maddie's photo shouldn't have been in the same line of photos. I agree with that. My cat is batting at the cat on the screen. Everything on a day was out of the norm. It's BS. Mom didn't know. She just happens to oversleep. First time she doesn't take Maddie to school. Maddie forgets her phone. Yeah. Well, so this guy does point out at some point during the interview that Stefan does touch his neck. I agree with that, Colleen. I've seen so many recent YouTube interviews where the mom is a criminal enabler. It's disgusting. Thank you, New Jersey, Robin. It was the sheriff, Jason. Well, they haven't owned up who actually did it yet. I wonder why they kept breaking up. Good question, Joe Madre. According to the friend, he said they were on again and off again. I feel the same way with the croc. I think that's why we haven't seen charges yet. Thank you, Indigo. He did, Gary. Okay, Jess, I wasn't sure. I've been wondering the same thing. And why that person that handles social media for the sheriff's office also has a crime scene photo ready to upload. That's the strangest part. I agree, Sabotage. Would anybody like to come up? I didn't know that they broke up a lot. Yes, so we'll do that in just a second. I'm going to run to the restroom and feed the cat. If you guys don't mind, just give me one moment, please. Thank you so much for those of you who are patient and stayed as I had you on hold. We had a stomach bug or some type of cold take over our household, and my daughter is the latest to have caught it. So I had to also go check on her. So I appreciate your patience. The truth will be known very soon. I'm waiting. I am absolutely waiting. I can't help but feel like this mother is so suspicious. Hey, Lucia. Hey, Kara. I really hope no one puts that photo up on YouTube or make it more public. I would never, New Jersey Robin. I don't think anybody should even seek it out. Let's remember her as we see her. A beautiful, I can't get over the fact that 13th birthday photo of her in front of the cake is likely her last photo. Hey, Savannah. Hey, Jet. I can't get over it. So the friend Chase that has made his appearance over on Graham's, and then, you know, I seen him over in quite a few chats saying how he was a close friend to Stefan. So he is supposed to be doing another interview today. That I am curious of, because it doesn't sound like he has much to add. If you go back and you listen to what he was saying on our stream, he just kept kind of like rolling along the fact of like, we got in trouble as teenagers, but he was in the photo in the background, so sickening. Oh, the birthday photo, was he, Mello? Yeah, Polish. Hey, Solo. I don't believe she was pregnant. Rumors like that were said about Audrey, too. I don't know. I think that it is sad enough without kind of adding that on. It just breaks my heart. Yeah, that I'm sorry, I was just looking at the emails. There are other photos from the party. She looks slim at a different angle. I think her dress may have been puffy. I think it was a puffy dress. Nancy Grace has been covering these cases. Feel so exploited of these children and families. Thank you, Soli. I appreciate that. The abuse was happening for a while. Madeline tried telling her mother and wasn't believed, but I think she got pregnant, so they had to keep her quiet. Thank you, Wanderer. She does sound rehearsed. And the dramatic facial expressions without any real emotion. She was very, very dramatic with her facials, right? The squinting, the shaking, the overall weird like expressions, but she was very monotone. She was very just like the only time you saw any actual emotion come from her verbally was during the whole sound that went off. Whether that was a dog feeder or it was a bird, that was the only time you heard any. I don't got him being the type to do that because the kid is pregnant. I think he tried to hide it or get himself money like he did when he was younger. I don't know. I am leaning more towards drugs for some reason. Some people just don't want to see what is right in front of them. They detach themselves. If she had an inkling, she will hate herself the rest of her life. I don't know, Kathy. I think he did it because he's a sicko. Hey, Truth and Justice. Watching her gathering of her dress breaks my heart. Oh, is that why the dress was mentioned? Polish? No. I don't even want to see that. I don't know. I don't think that's what it was. I think we're going to find out something totally shocking. That's just my thoughts on it. I think we are going to find out something that's just going to blow all of our minds. I don't think it's going to end up being what we think it is. I just don't. what I'm really thinking, I'm thinking the mother has more of a hand in this than we are aware. I'm thinking, I personally won't be shocked if we find out the reason Stefan has not been officially charged yet is because there is more to it, meaning the mother. A prepared interview, yeah. So some people are saying how Graham didn't do an interview. It was a call-in, making a difference. I do too, what the crock. I feel like she was absolutely drugged. Wouldn't be the first time a parent was complicit with abuse in cases like this. No, it wouldn't. It has been taken down. So here's another thing I seen this morning. As I said, we already know hold on. So sorry, all this stuff's coming across my feed. We know that today is the jury beginning for Crumbly's father to see if he's complicit in the school shooting that took place. I came across this video today of a school shooting that took place, and I want you all to see this. Now, we know that Ethan Crumbly's father, James Crumbly, is looking at 4 counts. The mother was recently found guilty. Check this out and tell me what you all think of this.
Lieutenant Brandon Ricketts, Public Information Officer for the Mesquite Police Department. This critical incident community briefing is intended to provide you with information about an officer-involved shooting that occurred on the morning of February 19th, 2024. You are about to see relevant video footage and learn about other evidence and police procedures related to the case so you can have a better understanding of what occurred based on what we know right now.
So I really respect and appreciate the way the police did this. I know we're kind of rolling a topic right now, but I promise you this is going to tie right back into Madeline, and I'll tell you why after we see it. Help her hide her crime. That's what I'm thinking, Indigo. Hey, Catherine, welcome back. Thank you. Good morning, new account. So this is a school shooting. This is going to have a trigger warning attached because you will actually see the school shooting. You're going to see how the police responded. You're going to see all of it take place. And you are going to see an actual shootout at a school involving a 16-year-old child.
The Mesquite Police Department conducts very thorough use of force investigations, which typically require investigators to interview multiple witnesses, view numerous hours of video footage, and analyze a significant amount of forensic evidence. We are still at the very early stages of this investigation, and our understanding of the incident may change as this additional evidence is collected, analyzed, and reviewed. We also do not draw any conclusions about whether the officers acted consistently with our policies and the law until all the facts are known and the investigation is complete. A word of caution: the images and information you are about to see may be disturbing. When a police officer uses force to arrest a suspect or defend against an attack, it can be graphic and difficult to watch. In addition, there may be strong language used by those shown in the video. Viewer discretion is advised, especially for young children and due to the ongoing investigation.
Okay, so this was very recent. Thank you so much, new account. This is a recent situation that just took place. For warning, we're talking about a school shooting here.
On February 19th, 2024, at 8:49 a.m., an administrator with the Pioneer Technology and Arts Academy Charter School contacted the Mesquite Police Department and advised that there was a student in an office with a handgun, refusing to put it down.
Mesquite 911, Buchanan, what's the address of your emergency? 3200 Old. I'm the assistant principal. No student just pulled a gun. I need someone here now. I am with him. He's fine. I'm calming him down. I need to get someone here now.
Okay, I'm getting him started. Where is he right now?
He's in my office in room 151 in the building. I'm putting the building on lockdown.
Okay, does he still have the gun?
Yes, he does.
Okay, what is he doing right now?
He's just standing. He won't put the gun down.
During the 911 call, administrators are heard telling the student to put the gun on the floor.
I'm not going to leave you. No. You don't know. Look, put it down. Put it down. No.
Sorry about that. So, okay, so you can hear this is this is sad. This is scary. So this is actually the school administrator is in the office with the student with the gun. I do apologize that so you're going to hear her literally assertively telling this kid to put the gun down. Put the gun down.
Call, administrators are heard telling the student to put the gun on the floor.
I never.
I'm not going to leave you. No. You don't know. Look, put it down. Put it down. No. Put it down. Put it down, Don. Don, put it down. Please, Jason. Put it down. No. Put it down. You trust me. Put it back on the floor. Put it back on the floor. Back on the floor. Put it back on the floor. Put it back on the floor. Put it back on the floor.
Administrators.
That teacher didn't run. She didn't attack him. She didn't plead with him. She kept her calm. She kept her cool. She kept her authority. And she stated, put it down. I don't know how I'd respond. Lord bless it.
Administrators initiated a lockdown at the campus. The first officer arrived on scene within 2 minutes of receiving the call. An additional officer arrived quickly, and the two officers located the office and observed an administrator standing in the doorway of the office speaking with the student. The administrator advised officers that the student was sitting on a couch and had placed the handgun on the floor at his feet. No one else was in the room.
Is he in here? Be still, don't move. It's on the floor in front of him. Be still, don't move. Don, be still, don't move, and I need you to trust me. Do you understand? It's on the floor between his legs.
What's it? Officer spoke calmly.
So one thing I want to point out is you hear her saying to the student, you can tell she truly cares about this kid. You hear her say to the student, you have to trust me. Trust me.
Is he in here?
She almost doesn't want to let the police in there, but she knows that she needs to, right? Like you can see that she truly cares for the student.
It's on the floor in front of him. Be still, don't move. Don, be still, don't move, and I need you to trust me. Do you understand?
Be still, don't move, and I need you to trust me. Her fear at this point is now that child's safety. What a hell of a woman.
It's on the floor between his legs.
She doesn't even want to move.
Officer spoke calmly with the student for approximately 4.5 minutes, attempting to de-escalate the situation and end the incident peacefully.
What's going on today, buddy? Can you talk to us? We would like to help you. That's why we're here. Is anything upset you today? Can you listen to me closely? Please do not reach for that gun, okay? We don't want anything to happen to you or anyone else. Can you do that for me? What has upset you today? Maybe we could talk about it.
While speaking with the subject, he quickly reaches to the floor to retrieve the handgun. This action can be seen both on officer's body cam as well as CCTV from the school. At this time, one officer fired at the suspect.
In trouble? Okay. We just need you to step away so we can.
Hey, shots fired, shots. Hey! Do you need anything right now? No?
We just need you to step away from the gun, buddy. You're not in trouble? Okay. We just need you to step away so we can. Hey, shots
fired, shots. Hey!
The office door began to close. An officer.
How scary is that? Rewind it back a little bit.
We just need you to step away so we can.
So he reaches down. You see right there, he reached down.
Okay. We just need you to step away so we can.
And that was enough.
Do you need anything right now? No?
We just need you to step away from the gun, buddy. You're not in trouble. Okay. We just need you to step away so we can.
The office door began to close. An officer grabbed the door handle, pulling it open to maintain a visual inside the room. As the officer pulled the door open, the suspect can be seen on CCTV, now standing and facing the officers with the handgun raised towards officers in a shooter's stance. At this time, 3 officers fired at the suspect. The office door again.
How scary is this? Inside our schools. It turns pitch black from all the gun smoke. The door, when they reopened it, he was now standing with the gun pointing.
3 officers fired at the suspect. The office door again closed, and officers continued negotiating through the closed door, advising the suspect to exit the room. The suspect stayed inside the room until complying with commands to exit, where he was then taken into custody. The suspect had an injury to his leg sustained from the shooting. Mesquite Fire Department treated the suspect and transported him to a local area hospital.
He's alive. All of them shots fired, and they missed. They missed. Ween baby, they missed.
The police department coordinated with school administrators to enact the reunification plan. The campus was searched as the remaining students and faculty were escorted from the building by officers. The suspect was medically released later that evening and transported to Dallas County Juvenile Detention. No other injuries were reported. The suspect was charged with multiple counts of aggravated assault against a public servant, as well as exhibition of a firearm. In total, 3 officers fired 19 times over the 2 threats encountered by the suspect.
19 shots fired. He's only alive because that door closed and they couldn't renegotiate after initial shots. I don't think they missed on purpose. I think it was such a high-paced moment. It all happened so quickly. They're shooting with the door shut. You know, it opens up again. The cop lets it go again. It was 19 shots. Me too. When I first seen it, Megan, I was just jaw dropped. Yeah. And this has become normal. I just watched an entire interview about the theater shooting in Colorado. That's sociopath. And even they said then shootings like that were not common. Now it's so common. It was one of the best districts in North Texas area. It's gone downhill and it's awful now. Oh, Taylor. I'll tell you, this administrator, this lady, she did fabulous. What a fantastic woman to have working with your children.
A Rossi .38 special revolver possessed by the suspect was recovered by investigators. Subsequent interviews with witnesses revealed that the armed suspect came to the school with intentions of harming others. The suspect was identified as a 16-year-old male student whose identity is being withheld due to his juvenile status. The officers involved were an 8-year veteran, a 5-year veteran, and an officer that recently transferred to the department with 5 years of service with another agency. The Mesquite Police will continue to investigate and analyze this incident. We will continue interviewing witnesses that may come forward and complete any forensic tests. After the investigation is complete, the investigation will be referred to the Dallas County District Attorney's Office for review.
So one reason I really like that video is the fact that they showed us it in such an educational format, right? They showed us the beginning. They showed us the way the police responded. They told us the ending. I thought it was fantastic. But again, it makes me think of Crumbly because we have opened up the doorway for parents to now be charged in these type of situations. All those cops maybe could have tackled the boy. I don't know. I just think that Nassim to talk to him enough. Once he reached for that gun souls, there was nothing they could do. My ex's dad rewrote the school shooting procedure for Maryland after Columbine. Wow, ween baby. I went to a training once, what to do if someone came into our building with a gun. It was a scary reality, but it's training we needed to know. I just couldn't imagine. It's totally sad. And in these cases, like I said, Crumbly, this case, are parents going to be charged? Are parents going to now face legal repercussions for these type of situations that their students, their kids choose to do? And if the answer is yes, if what we have learned through the Crumbly hearings and the fact that Jennifer Crumbly was found guilty for Ethan, why wouldn't somebody like Jennifer Soto be held accountable? Police were moving to avoid being hit while firing. The kid is lucky he went out of a stretcher and not in a body bag. I agree, Taylor. And thank goodness that principal had him in that room detained so nobody else got hurt. It wasn't in the cafeteria. It wasn't out in the hallway. It was in that room, which prevented other students and other staff from being harmed. Hey, Rainbow Moms, good to see you. Thank you. My biggest fear is mass shootings. I even avoid concerts and whatnot. This great breakdown, very educational. So that was my fear, Jennifer, when I was watching a fantastic video put together about the Colorado movie theater shootings. I am going to a concert with my son in April. And it does make you want to avoid these type of places because you never know. I watched a video of a woman saying she didn't buy her kid the light up shoes she wanted because she was scared if there was ever a shooting, her kid would be seen because of shoes. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Gary. Crumbly was a unique case. His parents ignored his pleas for help, and that led to what happened. It could have been prevented if they cared about him more than themselves. Right, but how do we know in other cases they will find the same? Put better school shooting prevention. It's a good question, New Jersey Robin. I won't sit with my back towards the door in a restaurant. Never thought of that with the light up shoes. Well, we shouldn't have to think about that with light up shoes. You know what I mean? These shouldn't be normal thoughts that we as parents have to have. I think that's insane that we even have to think that way. Crumbly is because the gun was unlocked in a house with a minor. Fair enough. Cocktail dress. Do we know how this child got his hands on a gun? Gym day because a shooting happened the day before. Why? I can't even believe they would have school open the next day. American gun laws are to blame for the shootings in the U.S. You don't see these same shootings happen in other countries. Don't allow people to walk because they're growing out of school. Scary enough, school gets locked down because a kid has a knife. My parents would put light up shoes on me as a kid. I used to love the light up shoes. That's true, Kara, but I mean, I personally don't think anybody should be able to have access to an AR. That's just my personal opinion on it. They did, Lucia, they did buy him the gun, but to be fair, it is an area where people hunt. It's common for families to go hunting together in that area. Said too many bad things with crowds. I always say that, Kathy, that the crimes haven't changed, just our access to hearing them has. I had guns all over as a kid, but I didn't have mental health issues that went ignored. Fair enough. That is good, Gary. I go in anywhere and always look for all the exits and bathrooms. I hate that. Hey, Billy. Lord, all his cries for help. They were showing neglectful parents. Yes, but wouldn't you agree that Jennifer, Maddie's mother, is a neglectful parent to have her child for 2 years being abused under her roof? Why specifically they are? Because nobody needs that type of gun power to protect themselves. It's too lethal. Hey, Racy Cup. I honestly think that's why the parents got in trouble. That wasn't a hunting gun. I honestly think that's why the parents got in trouble. Interesting. If she knew about it, right? But some could argue she should know about it. She should know what's happening under her roof. Hey, Pristine. And I feel like the way the mother's acting, I feel like she knew about it. Steps in parks or running trails, they always make it like their faults. Why running alone? Why wearing that running outfit? Why headphones? We shouldn't have to worry. I agree, Jennifer. Any gun can be changed to make an AR-15. It is the trigger and how fast it fires. My mother didn't know. Oh, it's completely different. It's a completely different situation. Absolutely agree. Hey, Classy JC. Good morning. That mom needs to be held accountable. I can't stand my mother, but she didn't know. Yeah, I just feel like, me personally, Audacity, I feel like we are responsible for who we bring into our family, our households, around our children. Yeah, of course, there's a chance Maddie's mom didn't know. My gut instinct says that she knew more than she's letting us know. I just, you know. 15 is just like other guns. It just looks military-ish, which makes it scary to people. I'll admit, Brian, I'm not much of a gun person. I don't know the first things about them. So thank you for that information. I kept important things from my mom, and she was the best mom. Yeah. Yeah, I get that. I get all of the things. Our parents don't know everything. You know, there's a chance Maddie's mom didn't know something. I still feel like, I feel like she has red flags. Gun safety and how to interact with police from a young age. Taylor, I watch police footage all the time, and you wouldn't believe how disrespectful people are to the police. I don't know. Look, somebody else is saying they're having a problem with Facebook, Pristine. Go to the news for years, but I also have my experience on that case. Interesting, Jennifer. I just watched an entire documentary about that last night. Ellie, I'm with you. She failed her daughter. I'm with you. I just feel like there is accountability. I feel like there is neglect. You're in denial mode that their child is being abused. Sad but true. We took gun safety classes. Say Reese can't get into hers either. Interesting. So last week it was phones, or the week before, there was a problem with YouTube, and now it's Facebook. Anybody finding this to be concerning? I'm sorry, you can block Grandma Rita. I apologize. I don't know what I said. In the worst way, Solo. Neglect. I'm with you. I feel like this mother knows something. My father corrected us if we said cop instead of police. Memorial along the road near where Madeline Soto was found. People dropped off flowers. The mother changed her Facebook name. Somebody told me to check out. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. I can't log in on Facebook. It's scary. I watch a lot of police videos too. It's unbelievable. It is. They're like, get off me. No, I'm not. And I'm like, what? Did you guys see the, no, but I seen Solar Flare's new account. So there was a recent video that came out of a police officer. Check this out. I know we're kind of going around different topics today. I do apologize.
I'm not here. We're just talking.
Okay. Well, it looks
We
like you're.
we haven't yelled or nothing.
Looks like you're trying to talk to someone that doesn't want to talk.
No, he had his window down. We've been talking. We had some house stuff to talk about and stuff, and we're just talking. He just keep him warm, I reckon. I don't know. I didn't ask him to get out.
Well, his window was rolled up. That's weird.
Well, you weren't here the whole time because his window wasn't rolled up. He rolled it up when he turned on his heater. But
She's leaving and I'm going.
We're not. There's no disturbance. Somebody lied to you. I would get them some false.
Okay, so for a little backstory, the police officer gets a call of a disturbance, a domestic violence. He shows up. Both the woman and the gentleman say, no disturbance, and watch how this escalates. So he tells this guy, who he believes to be the victim, to go inside. She's the ex-wife.
Are you guys ex?
Yeah.
Ex-wife? Okay.
So we still have some.
Who's the landlord?
Jeremy?
Do you any idea why he'd be calling?
Maybe she was yelling through the
No,
window.
but maybe I don't know. Monty, I was not yelling. And
Well,
you
I
know
had the
it.
window closed. Maybe.
No, I was talking. This is as loud as I talk. So you can call that loud. And maybe tell him.
How far out are you?
We were just talking, and we don't have any issue. We were just talking about.
Can I just talk to you inside later in just a sec?
Sure.
So he sends that guy inside. He's talking to this lady. Now, this is where it's going to escalate. She's basically like, go away. Nothing's wrong. Blah, blah, blah. Watch this.
That's what I'm
Monty
going
just-
to.
You
as
know
soon
what?
as
Me and Monty.
Can you just stand
Listen,
still, please?
Don't tell me how to move. You're
just-
not God.
I just
Get
asked
over
you
it.
to please stand still.
I asked you to quit bossing me around. I'm not doing nothing wrong.
I asked you. I'm not bossing.
You know what you're doing, sir. You
I
know what
asked
you're
you
doing.
to stand
You
still,
know
please.
what you're doing. Stop.
Will you
Your
please?
ego is out of control.
I
Just
said,
stop.
please. Will you please?
So he tells her to take her hands out of her pockets. And she's like, look, I'm cold. I have short jeans. There's nothing in my pockets. You want to check them. So she takes her hands out of her pockets. Then he tells her, stand still. And she even says, here is your ego. Your ego is doing this.
And I was leaving. We were about. I gave him a piece of mail that came to the house that he needed, and then we started talking about we got to sell the house, and we were talking about pricing and just different things.
Okay.
We weren't arguing at all. There was no.
Well, can you understand how it would look to me when I come walking up here and his window's rolled up and you're being kind of loud?
You know what? I wasn't being kind of loud. That's a lie. You said all you want to make it true. Your opinion doesn't make that true.
What's your name? What's your last name? What's your date of birth?
There is nothing. Go get whoever said that.
That's what I'm
Monty
going
just-
to.
You know what? Me and Monty.
Can you just
listen,
stand still, please?
Don't tell me how to move.
I
You're
just-
not God.
I just
Get
asked
over
you
it.
to please stand still.
I asked you to quit bossing me around. I'm not doing nothing wrong.
I asked you. I'm not bossing.
You know what you're doing, sir. You
I
know what
asked
you're
you
doing.
to stand
You
still,
know
please.
what you're doing. Stop.
Will you
Your
please?
ego is out of control.
I
Just
said,
stop.
please. Will you please just
I'm
settle
not
down?
doing anything wrong.
We were having a perfectly fine
what?
conversation.
Yeah. Me and Monty, are we the? Did he tell you there was no problem? Did I tell you there was a problem?
Well, people.
And we didn't see anybody.
So I need to speak to people
Oh.
separately when it's a domestic violence
There's
possible issue.
Okay, I'm going.
Stop. Stop. You're under
You know
arrest.
what?
Okay, you're under arrest.
No, I'm not.
Put your
Don't-
hands behind your back.
Don't
Put your hands
stop
behind
it.
your back.
You're
Put your hands behind your back. You are under arrest.
I'm not doing nothing.
Put your hands behind your back. Stop resisting.
Ow, you hurt.
Stop resisting.
I'm not doing nothing.
Stop resisting.
I'm not doing nothing.
Stop
Just
resisting.
Just stop right
Stop
now.
resisting.
Okay,
Put your hands behind your back.
So, all right. So this is the only thing I will say in the police's defense and the officer's defense here is that when these people, hey, save the drama, B, Kelly, welcome. When these people tell the police to stop, like you're under arrest, they don't stop because you say stop, right? Now that's the thing. Does she deserve this? No. Does that give her a right to fight it? No. That is resisting arrest. But the way he takes it next, prepared to be angry.
I am. Stop
Put your
right
hands
now.
behind your back.
Stop right now.
Yes,
Stop.
expedite
You're
now.
out. No, you're lying.
Put your hands behind your back.
No,
Put
I'm
your hands
not.
behind your back.
I didn't do nothing, sir.
Put your other hand behind
Please
your back.
stop.
Put
Please
your
don't make
other
this
hand-
something it's not.
Put your hand
I had
behind your
shoulder
back.
surgery. Will you stop?
Put your other hand behind your back
I
then.
didn't do nothing.
Put your other hand behind your back.
Listen, stop. Just stop right now.
What a great, great police work this is. The other cop just shoots right by. He's just there, right past the scene there.
Oh,
Behind you.
You are harassing me. Please stop.
Put your hand behind your back.
I'm not doing nothing. I don't have a weapon.
Put your hand behind your
I'm
back.
not doing nothing wrong.
Put your hand behind
Ow,
your back.
you hit my head. Please
Put
stop.
your hand behind
I'm
your
not
back.
doing nothing
Put
wrong.
your hand behind your back.
All right. So did you see that? I'm going to slow this down a little bit and check this out.
Hand behind
I'm
your
not doing nothing wrong.
hand behind your back.
So right there, he just punched her in the face. Right there, he just punched her in her face. Okay. Now watch again.
Put your
I
hand
didn't do
behind
it.
your back.
Hey,
Put your hand
you know what? I
behind your back.
didn't do it.
Put your hand.
He just punched her again in her face. Now I'm going to go to regular speed. because we saw the twice now that he hit her in her face.
Behind your back.
Ow! Ow! That hurt!
Quit trying behind your back.
He's hit me! He's hit me!
On your back.
He's hit me!
Roll over.
He just hit me in the
Roll
face!
over. Put your
Christ!
Roll over.
I didn't do nothing!
Roll
I
over.
didn't do nothing! I did nothing! He hit me in the face!
Okay.
He hit me in the face!
He broke her jaw. That's what he did. He broke her jaw. He punched her twice in her face. The second time, her jaw broke. She's resistant, yes. She's also about a 100-pound, 65-year-old woman, right? Could he really not get control of her? Did he have to punch her in her face twice after slamming her face on the ground?
Stop.
He hit me in the face, please!
Stop.
All I did was walk off! That's all I did!
Yeah.
That's all I did! I didn't do nothing!
Stop. We'll figure it
I
out.
did not do nothing! He hit me in the face like 3 times!
We'll figure it
You
out.
got a lawsuit! You got a lawsuit! You thought you cannot do that to somebody! I didn't do nothing! I did nothing! Get the medical here! Get medical here! Right now! Right now! He busted my jaw! He busted my jaw! I didn't even move my hand! I didn't do anything!
Now, I agree, Mr. Tomato Head. She wasn't compliant, but the officer handled the whole thing poorly. The woman was a bit ornery, but that should have never escalated like that. He didn't even explain why she was being detained. So he escalated the entire situation. If you go back again, first off, both people, when he appeared on the scene, said there was no problem. Right there, he should have left it alone. Then over here, he tells her, right here.
Can you just keep them out of your pockets, please?
No, I don't have, you don't feel, I don't have
Can you-
anything in my pockets.
Why
Don't be
Why
silly.
don't you settle down a little bit, okay? It's something
If
I do
somebody
for my
comes up
safety.
and harassing you, you would get a little like, why are you harassing me? I didn't do nothing wrong. So
Who's harassing you?
it feels like harassment.
I'm just
So,
asking you what's going on. I need
Okay.
you to stay here.
I'm not doing anything wrong.
I'm
He
investigating
told
a
you.
potential crime, okay?
There's no, oh, for crying out loud.
Okay.
Now you're
I
exaggerating.
need you to settle down.
So I think she hurt his ego. Yes, she should have complied, but I think she hurt his ego because she even says to him, this is your ego. Your ego's making you make all of this. So he goes over and he asks the person who calls. Apparently it was the landlord, and the landlord received a call from the upstairs neighbor. The upstairs neighbor said this happens all the time. That way he would have been able to put her in cuffs without getting physical. Oh my gosh. So you just reminded me of another video where the guy does tase the guy. It escalated so quickly. It was freaking scary. For loud yelling is all. Exactly, Pamela. That is the only reason. But you can tell the cop knew he did wrong. So this actually took place in 2020. She is now suing. She is suing for the broken jaw. I don't think she's drunk, but from my experience, she seems like maybe she has a history of something.
There's no,
Based on the
you know what?
information I got,
can talk,
based on the
and
information I was
you're
given.
not in power over
Okay,
anybody.
I'm about to put you in handcuffs if
no,
you don't
you're
stop.
not putting me in handcuffs.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
So let me tell you
I've
what the
done
call
nothing
was.
wrong. I've done nothing.
Let me tell you what the report
I don't
was.
care what the report was. He just told you we weren't doing anything, and we are the two people involved.
Nah, normal speed's fine.
So
we got a call that you were being disorderly out in front of the house.
that's a lie.
That you were shouting at him.
No shouting.
And that you were not letting him get out of the car.
Never did. I was just standing there talking. We were just talking. He never said, move. I'm going to get out of the car. He had the heater on. He turned it off. He started the car back, and we were just talking.
Okay.
And I was leaving. We were about, I gave him a piece of mail that came to the house that he needed. And then we started talking about, we got to sell the house. And we were talking about pricing and just different things.
Okay.
We weren't arguing at all. There was no
Well, can you understand how it would look to me when I come walking up here and his windows rolled up and you're being kind of loud?
You know what? I wasn't being kind of loud. That's a lie. You can say all you want, don't make it true. Your opinion doesn't make that true.
What's your name?
Greta.
What's your last name?
Same as yours.
What's your year of birth?
This is where he tells her to stand
There is
still.
nothing. Go get whoever said that.
That's what I'm
Monty
going
just,
to.
You
as
know
soon
what?
as
Me and Monty.
Can you just stand
listen,
still, please?
Don't tell me how to move. You're
just-
not God.
I just
Get
asked
over
you to
it.
please stand still.
I asked you to quit bossing me around. I'm not doing nothing wrong.
I asked.
See, like right there, I feel like she was standing still. I don't know. He definitely didn't de-escalate the situation. But does her not complying justify the force that was used? I guess that's the issue, and that's why she has a lawsuit now, right? What is Super Tuesday, Sunshine Girl? Good question. I don't know. She's defying order. She came with an attitude. She's definitely aggressive. She's mouthy, but does that equate to a broken jaw? That's all. I agree with that. They're very disrespected every day. So there's this other. Oh, I don't know if I saved it, but okay, I didn't save it. But there's this other tase video where the guy was tased quickly. I don't know if it was justified either, and cracked his entire head open, which was crazy. If she would have complied, it wouldn't have escalated. There is this whole entitlement. I get that. It drives me nuts. I watch a lot of police footage, and there is a lot of disobeying of the police, telling them to stop, don't touch me. You don't really get to be that way with the cops. I don't know what changed that people think they can speak that way with the cops. He was triggered when she spoke to him like a child. Bitch, I'm literally in uniform. Put some respect on your tone. Should be to de-escalate. He antagonized, in my opinion. To me, she has a threatening stance. Does she have priors for violence? So apparently there's a lot of calls have been made to them about domestic violence. Never physical, just that she's mouthy and annoying. Loud and annoying is what I've gathered. Hey, Lana. Thank you for arrest of blind guy. Arrest of the blind guy. For the walking stick? I think I found it. Let me see. She definitely talked down to him.
Because she believed it was a firearm.
Hi there. What's this in your back pocket? I just saw you walking it.
The navigational aids. What's the problem? You a tyrant?
Yeah, I am actually. What's your name and date of birth?
I don't have to do that unless
Yes, sir. I was investigating.
You have reasonable.
Do you want me to put you in handcuffs right now? Yes, sir, I do.
What is your suspicion?
It looks like you're carrying a gun in your back pocket. I'm stopping to make sure you're carrying it properly. You don't have
you
to.
ensured that it's not a firearm?
No, you keep turning so I can't see it. You don't have to be to me.
Well, you're being one to me.
No, sir. I'm
Have a
doing my
good day.
job.
Am I detained?
Yeah, you are. What's your name and date of birth?
It does not matter.
Yes, sir, it does.
Do you have a crime?
Would you like me
Call
to
your
put you in?
supervisor,
He's right
please.
here.
All right.
After Mr. Hodges displays his cane to Deputy Godey, she informs him that he's still being detained and orders him to provide his name and date of birth. While Florida law allows licensed individuals to carry a concealed firearm, Section 790.053 of the Florida statutes says, quote, "It is unlawful for any person to openly carry on or about his or her person any firearm." Because the cane in Mr. Hodges' pocket was mostly visible, if Deputy Godey reasonably believed that it was a firearm, a court would likely determine that she had reasonable suspicion to initially detain Mr. Hodges for a suspected violation of this statute. Still, even setting aside for a moment the reasonableness of her alleged belief that the cane
I've seen this absolutely ridiculous behavior from the cop. Nothing annoys officers more than a citizen knowing their rights and asking for appropriate clarification. It's the defensive way people ask. DC and Marvel elect a leader. I work at a college and I've been locked down many times. Wow, Rainbow Mom. Thank you, Shorty. I'll take a look.
Was a firearm, a court would almost certainly conclude that she could not continue to detain and attempt to identify Mr. Hodges after discovering he was not carrying a firearm. Under Section 901.151 of the Florida statute, admitted ordinances of any municipality or county, the officer may temporarily detain such. Suspicion only existed as long as Deputy Godey believed that Mr. Hodges might be openly carrying a firearm. As soon as her investigation revealed that Mr. Hodges was carrying a cane and was in no way engaged in criminal activity, he could no longer become.
Yeah, apparently he's sewing. All right. Go to this one because that one had a lot of commentary. I never seen this video.
You don't have to be a dick to me.
Well, you're being one to me.
No, sir. I'm doing my job.
Am I detained?
Yeah, you are. What's your name and date of birth?
It does not matter.
Yes, sir, it does.
Do you have a crime?
Would you like me
Call
to
your
put you in?
supervisor,
He's right
please.
here.
All right.
You don't.
Sir, what's the stop you for? For a walking stick.
So,
and it could look like a weapon. She asked you to present it, okay? Now she's asking me for ID. Okay. I don't need the ID unless there's reasonable articulated suspicion.
So after they stop a man doing nothing wrong and their suspicions are unfounded, they arrest him.
And I have committed a crime and committing a crime or about to do a crime. Sir, and her suspicion was that you were armed, okay? And she's asking for your ID. Well, now she has verified that I am not armed, okay? So there is no problem. Do you have your ID or not? I do have my ID, but you don't need it, okay? Okay? Where's your wallet at, sir? I don't have my wallet on me.
okay, where's your ID?
Where's your ID at? Pocket. Which pocket? You are not allowed to search me.
In this pocket.
ID is crack the cops. They have to have it. They can't stand citizens that know the law. It comes down to butthurt egos. Power trip. What's the problem with just showing ID, though? Well, some people like their rights, I guess. I don't know.
There you go.
Thank you.
I want your names and badge numbers.
1257 on Nick 65427.
Sir, you legally blind? Yes, I am. Okay. I had to walk up here in the dark for jury duty, which was canceled. Why aren't you using your stick? You don't have to use your stick all the time? Not all the time.
26. Green. All right, Mr. Hodges. Was that hard?
It's going to be. I want your name and your badge number. You know what? Put him in jail for resisting.
Okay. All right, let's go.
I want your name and badge number too, sir.
Have a seat.
You want to pick my property up, please?
I sure will, after you have a seat.
You want to pull this out of my back pocket?
Sure. Here, I'll grab your jacket for you, too.
The supervisor then.
Look how condescending she's being. That's crazy. Hey, Jameson. Yeah, so no wonder they're angry. I mean, he's angry. She's being all condescending. Sure. Yeah. Resisting what? He was asking a question. Right. This was just not handled correctly.
Says they could have put him in jail for resisting. To be clear, he did not resist. They are 1,000% in the wrong. Columbia County Police give yet another reason as to how our tax dollars are wasted each and every day. The man in the video's name appears to be Jim Hodges, which matches his other videos on his YouTube channel. Freshers Live wrote that Hodges is legally blind. From what can be gathered, Nothing much has been revealed regarding what happened and why the Columbia County Sheriff arrested a blind man. The video indicates that the man was legally blind and that he was.
So I do believe from looking at other things, he is suing that department as well for, being whole cell phone, thought it was gone, suing Columbia County Sheriff's Office. Yeah, he's suing. Very interesting. Cops are supposed to de-escalate, and he couldn't. Yeah, he actually appeared for a DV situation, and then turned around and committed DV. I mean, essentially, hey Spitfire, hey time traveler, just keep your mouth shut. No point in arguing with them. You'll never win. I agree, Solo. Good grief, he was showing up jury duty and treated like a criminal. Yep. And the taxpayers end up paying the settlement if he wins. The whole thing was crazy. What the crap? Did you ever send me that interview? This is what defunding has got us. We are going on 2 hours. I guess if you don't send the interview, I'll go ahead and wrap it up. I will likely be live on my backup channel tomorrow. Oh, okay. 1 second, I'll put this in. So some of you may be familiar, some of you may not, but LB, who has a channel, her cousin is missing. She's asking for other people to spread this information. Be quiet, Gary. So let me play this. I'll drop it in the chat in just a minute, Southern Gale.
Back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome to the channel. This is going to be a little bit of a different type of stream, just because this is a stream that is really important to me. You guys know that I've had my channel for about 5 years. I have this channel. I have a true crime channel. I have literally covered videos about missing people and things like that. Never did I think I would have to use my platform to ever talk about like a family member of mine missing. But unfortunately, that's where we're at today. My cousin Brandon, who is my first cousin, he has been missing since February 17th. So I've decided to use my platform to try to put the word out there, put his photos out there, just in case. To be quite honest, it doesn't really look good, the situation. Anybody that knows Brandon knows that this is so outside of his character to not contact family, to not stay in contact with his mom. So I'm just going to tell you guys a little bit about Brandon. I'm going to share some photos of him. I grew up super close to Brandon. My whole family is super close. Growing up, there was a time that he lived with us for about a year or so. So he grew up more like a brother to us, honestly, more than anything. As Brandon got older, he did face some difficulties in his life.
Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to get to the part where she gives us Brandon's information. Here we go. So Brandon Clark was last seen February 17th, 2024 in the Shreveport, Bossier area.
And one of my friends shared this, and thank the Lord, we got some information that Saturday that he had actually called and booked a room at this other hotel, but he never showed.
I can't imagine what she's going through right now. Yeah, this is hard. That's sad. I'll see if I can also find it with the crock. I don't know. I can't find it. I've been watching her a long time. She's an awesome person. She is. This is really sad for them. I hope they are able to find him, and there hasn't been any updates on Elle's channel yet.
That the hotel he booked for 2 days and he was a no-show.
Here's a clear.
Iken Mail posted about this, did it?
So there's a clearer image of who was missing. Officer M. Sims at the Bossier City Police Department. What state is this? Yeah, that's what I don't know what state it is. Last seen February 17th. That's scary. Have a great day, Jason. I'm going to get ready to wrap it up as well. Louisiana. Thank you, OG Fish. Thank you, OG Fish. Louisiana. Okay. My cousin Brandon Clark is missing. Brandon was last seen leaving his job. Here we go. Bossier City, Louisiana, March 17th. He was waiting for an Uber to take him to his hotel. He never made it to his hotel. We have no idea if the Uber ever made it to pick him up. We have contacted Uber, but they will not give us any info. They say the police have to request the info. The police have opened a missing person case for Brandon, but they are not really working it. Because Brandon is an adult, they say he may not want to be found. This is not the case. Brandon never goes more than a day or two without calling home to his mama. He normally called her every day. She last spoke to him Saturday the 17th when he was on his break. We have contacted the job about camera surveillance. Police are the only ones that can request it. They have it. We have asked them to ping his phone. They say they will, but have it. We have called every hospital, morgue, jail, homeless shelter, and the state of LA, Arkansas, Texas, Oklahoma, and Florida, and Mississippi. We have put in some work as a family, but unfortunately can't do something because we are not the police. I'm posting his missing person flyer. That's devastating. Absolutely devastating. Thank you, Reese Cup. Another cyber attack. YouTube was last week, Julie's Crafton. I remember that happening. Yeah, I mean, we're definitely under cyber attacks. They knew this would be coming. Scary to think how much we keep on our through the internet, right? Scary to think how much we keep on the internet. Even all of our money's on the internet. Aliens. Ooh, Terry, I agree. Sad. Good morning, Chicken Noodle. I am. I'm going live tonight, OG Fish. Getting ready for my 60-minute massage appointment. I'm super excited. Oh, Chicken Noodle Girl, that's awesome. I hope you enjoy that. Oh, okay. Let's check that out. So What the Croc has told us that another friend phoned into a show regarding Stefan and Maddie. Let's check this out really quick before we wrap this up. Curious about these friends coming forth.
You know, what weird feelings. Oh, he would always talk about how, you know,
or something, or try to get through.
hello,
Hello.
hello, who's this?
Did you send an email saying you were friends or knew Steven Stearns?
I absolutely did. That's me. What's up, buddy?
So what would you like to tell us about Steven Stearns?
Well, I can tell you, I went to school with him for at least 4 years, and he was a psychopath then. And I mean, he's always exerted anger problems and stuff, and I think he's also mentally ill. So that's just my opinion. He's always been questionable. He's a weird guy.
Like what kind of weird stuff though?
Oh, he would always talk about how, you know, he would always like have weird feelings about younger girls and stuff, like girls in like the younger grades and stuff. You know, questionable stuff. You know, as we were.
See, this is the shit I don't understand. Because granted, I agree, Ellie. The guy is a troll. It sounds like a troll, but all these friends coming forth and claiming that, you know, he was into young girls and all this. And if it was true, you're all pieces of shit because not one of you went to the police at the time that this alleged things took place. I can't get behind it.
In like higher grades, he'd always had weird fetishes and stuff about the girls, trying to sneak in the locker rooms, all that weird stuff. Man, he was a weirdo for sure. I will say he got picked on a lot too, and I always, you know, trying to be a nice guy, you know.
What personal story? Like, all right, let me just say this because I like what Mom the Five King said. What can you give a personal story of when any personal story with you and this dude that you can remember?
Well, I kind of don't want this to get out because I don't want my life being in jeopardy.
I don't want my life being in jeopardy. Yeah, the guy's full of shit. It doesn't sound realistic at all. But we'll hear what he had to say.
I mean, if you can make an agreement that this ain't gonna get out to the public, then I might be able to spill some beans on some stuff that could probably get him in prison for an even longer time.
See, like, what an idiotic statement to make. Or we could, you know, promise this won't get out to the public. Yeah, okay. Get him longer jail time. You should have done that at the time. Yeah, this guy's a troll, thankfully.
Damn. But I mean, yeah, I get that. Do you have any more specifics about like anything about him, his characteristics, or anything like if I don't, you know, fill us in?
Yeah, absolutely. So all throughout high school and even up into, I mean, I actually hung out with him parties for a little bit too as well. Outside of high school, we went to parties and stuff. He was always that type of guy that always would like to linger around and females and stuff like that and get dabbled into stuff that I didn't like getting into, like, you know.
You do know we're live though, right? I mean, I know you emailed me while I'm just saying.
Oh, you guys are live?
Yeah, you know we're live. I mean, you emailed me.
I didn't think you were live.
Some insight. Oh my, ain't feeling this.
Okay. Are you ready for the big heavy information on him? Because I mean, this might get him in more trouble.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It should be illegal. It should be illegal for people to troll in these type of situations. There's a time and a place, and the fact that like you have to have some real mental disorder to troll in a situation like this. Yes. His one friend Chase said he dated teachers, but the guy that Greg interviewed the other day said that he never went for older women because they were out of his age range. It just doesn't make sense. They're all full of shit.
So what I will tell you is after high school, I caught up with him for, you know, a little bit. I hung out with him a little bit, went to party scenes and stuff with him. He was always into meth and stuff like that, hardcore drugs, but I'm guessing he got off of them over the years. I did see him.
Now, at no point did he look like a meth head. I could see a pill head. I could see other drugs, never a meth head. You know, Leo, I enjoyed him until I seen a video done by another creator. That left me a little concerned, but
you know, about 6-7 years ago, and he kind of sobered up a little bit. But times I've seen him, you know, he was just the same guy he was in high school. But I will tell you, there was a time where he got into a lot of heavy stuff. Like he was into that underage sex with girls. Okay. And there was a time when we were at a party, and one of the guys that we were hanging out with at the time had a younger daughter who was maybe around 8 or 9 years old, and he went in there and was trying to do some stuff with her, and then
oh, fuck you. This guy sounds like he is just a creeper. Like this guy sounds like he's living out his fantasies through this case. This is disgusting. Whoever this caller is, the police should investigate for the simple fact that he come online and make these type of allegations. This is disgusting. Absolutely, T. Adams. Shame on him. I think again, people, you know, some people didn't like when I said this, but I think this guy should be investigated himself for even making these type of claims.
That guy wanted to get into a altercation with Steven, and one thing led to another. and he was not allowed around there, but he was willing to go in there,
Stop
and he
the
was in
cap.
his mid-20s, early 30s at the time. So, yeah,
Yeah, bullshit.
he was trying to do stuff with his 8-year-old daughter.
That's.
I mean, a little alcohol and drugs involved, and he'll do some stuff that he, a normal man wouldn't
Yeah,
do.
but why if that's things that people seen and did, why wouldn't they report that to the police? Why wouldn't you know what I mean? Why wouldn't you put that? Why wouldn't you report it to the police? You know?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. It's just one of those things where I don't know for sure.
I mean, because it's funny because another one of his friends came out somewhere. I don't know who. I just see the emails that come through. He isn't lying. The other guy said he had an underage girlfriend.
Yeah, he's actually done that a lot, man. He's actually had a lot of underage girlfriends. I mean, he's done a lot of stuff that's questionable.
What?
When I saw the actual evidence that came out against him on the case and stuff that's going on,
What? Hold on. Before we go on a little further, what can you at least give us your name, first name, something?
Rick.
Okay.
Yeah, Rick, like Rick rolled this whole street.
My name is Rick Armstrong.
Rick Armstrong.
And I've known Steven since high school.
Rick.
I'm calling Cap. Bullshit. Just saw a Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram update. They're saying cyber attack, but not confirmed. These friends need to think twice before clout chasing. Yeah, I don't know why they never reported them. I call BS. T-Red Pin's comments are hysterical. Yeah, before clout chasing. Right, because they deserve a knock at the door. This is bullshit. We're talking about a 13-year-old girl. What is up with these people being this, like, cringe with it?
Armstrong. Hold up. Rick Armstrong. How do you spell Armstrong?
ARMSTRONG.
Okay. Rick Armstrong. All right. I just spelled it out and put it right in the chat. All right. Rick Armstrong. It's saying, all right. So this is Rick Armstrong. Let me get this right. Rick Armstrong, you knew Steven Stearns. You seen weird things with Steven Stearns.
Absolutely. I've seen him countless times, man. I've seen him go and do some weirdo stuff like sit in front of a park and watch kids and stuff. And he's one of those type of guys where
I'm sorry. I get there's an entertainment value to this. I get that. I'm not taking that away. But this call should have been ended. It should have been ended. It's bullshit. We know he's bullshit and everything. The call should have just been hung up on. This guy this is creepy, and it's also disrespectful to Maddie.
it's probably a good thing that he's getting locked up. And he's done some questionable things. He's always been a threat to.
Did you report any of this to the police after this crime had taken place here? This crime here. Did you report any of these things to the prosecutors in Florida? Like of this behavior?
He's
Are you still there with us, Rick?
Yeah, Rick should have the police knocking at his door. That's what Rick should have. Yeah, you finally asked the key question. Thanks, Rick. Call your local authorities. Bye. You weird ass fuck.
I think you're muted.
I think these type of people get off on this type of shit. That's what I
don't
think.
know if he hung up or what, but what is going on? I'm just saying. Did you tell the prosecutors in Florida? Did you call them up and let them know about information like this?
So I am hearing when it comes to Chase, our buddy Chase, Stefan's friend Chase that came on, he's saying he left a tip on a tip line on a voicemail and never got a call back. Ricky boy, get a hobby. I agree, Haunt Haley. It's creepy.
They could have called the damn. Take that call. Everybody in here to also take that with a grain of salt. I don't know if I should try to call him back, but I don't know if I should try to call that dude back. He said he didn't want to get involved.
Yes, I don't know. 5 minutes ago, I bet they are. B10 loves to every single Red Riding Hood. Oh, it creeps me out, Gary. This is horrible. He's obviously a troll, but if he wants to speak to people who could potentially be a witness, could interfere with the case. Either way, these channels shouldn't have them on, in my opinion. I like the way another YouTuber did it. They did it offline and then presented it online. If YouTube goes out, I'm going to die. You know, I was just saying last week, I wouldn't mind if the internet did go out for at least a week. Just give us a week of back to old school times. All right, let's check out our recent cyber attack. There's a massive healthcare cyber attack. Hold on. AT&T had a cyber attack last week. Meta outage. Oh, this is scary. Meta outage, a cyber attack. Facebook, Instagram, and Google services faced a massive outage worldwide, while claims saying it's a cyber attack. As Meta's Facebook, Instagram, Google services faced a massive outage worldwide, Nissan made wild claims saying it's a cyber attack. Users took X, formerly Twitter. One wrote Mark Zuckerberg, Meta, IG, and Facebook down. Facebook outage down is a cyber attack, while other reacts by saying, yeah, I was concerned I got hacked. Thousands of accounts have been booted. People can't access their accounts, booted from all devices. I'm one of these users. Wonder if it's a cyber attack. Outage in elections can't be a coincidence. Today's Super Tuesday in U.S. 16 states voted today for its presidential primary. This isn't a coincidence. Including Facebook Messenger, yeah. But there's no definite answer if this is a cyber attack. It's worldwide, though. What do you guys think? You think we're under a cyber attack? Hey, Joneson. Oh, I didn't know that was happening. Hey, Karin. Be prepared for anything. I don't know why I'm going in and out. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Facebook is down and so is Instagram. As soon as I went to my Facebook to share my video that I put out today, it logged me out. It said I was logged out. I'm going through all these, jumping through all these hoops, trying to see what's wrong, wondering if my account got hacked. I couldn't figure out what was going on. I changed my password.
Still couldn't get in. They're thinking it's a cyber attack. There's also been the solar storms. Scientists predicted about a month ago that there was going to be all types of solar flares that were going to come and cause outage on the internet. I'm curious to see. Oh my goodness, a whole year. Oh, that's amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, can you imagine what people are going to do if the internet goes out? Blessed be. So many people that just sit on YouTube or on social media all day are going to be lost. He's upset. Well, I appreciate has zero impact in my life. Unless they're starting small and they're starting with social media and this and that. And then next thing you know is our banking and all that. We're basically in a cashless society. We're so close to it. It's scary to think. Anyway, I unfortunately have to run. I have to go buy jeans for the kids. for something we have coming up. So I have to run up to Marshall's or somewhere and hope that I can find decent jeans that do not have holes in them, are not, torn apart. I don't know why that is the style. I mean, I like it, but sometimes I just want professional, old school looking jeans, People truly do rely on social media, jokes or not. I agree. Cyber attack us as well, what's that movie? The Obamas produced. Leave the world behind. Leave the world behind. I think that was a clue. I think that's a heads up to us all. I know. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I will be back. Most likely, if everything goes to plan, I'll be back tonight. But I got to get this done. Wonder Woman. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you for all being here. If you haven't, please consider hitting the thumbs up. Let's pray that the photo that was unfortunately put public about Maddie does not harm, find injustice for Maddie. That is a 13-year-old girl. Let's not contribute in passing that photo around. Let's remember the smiling, beautiful photos we have of Maddie and not even have that image come into our heads. That was careless AF of that sheriff. It was despicable. It is times like this that I do wish social media wasn't so big part of our lives. The fact that something like that could even happen blows my mind. It's a 13-year-old girl who was abused for years prior to her death. And now after death, she once again goes through something like this. I can't fathom it. If it was my daughter, I'd be furious, absolutely furious. Let's flood the chat with justice for Madeline. Be careful. I can't stay in Marshall's because of that, Wonder Woman. The worst part is my teenager wants to come with me. Oh, no. Oh, no. You as well. Everybody have a great day. Claire, it's good to see you. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Sunshine. Yeah, this was despicable. This should have never happened. Delete my mortgage, right? Take away all the debt. Right, that's what I'm saying, Mr. Tomato Head. Bring it on. Bring on the solar flares. Let's not do this. Let's not have Madeline be passed around in such a horrific manner. That affidavit being put out, I think, too much. I agree, New Jersey Robin. Justice for Maddie. Amen, Twist. I hope you all have a great day. Hopefully, I will see you back here tonight. If not, I will see you tomorrow morning. If you haven't, please hit the thumbs up. And, yeah, hug your loved ones.